Wildcats at the Kokomo Memorial Gymnasium. Today's game is sponsored by Word of Life Church, Gowdy Brothers Boilers, Kokomo Chrysler Plymouth, Kokomo Comics, McClintock Furniture, Ameritrust, the Dentist's Office, and Ray Rudd Buick Oldsmobile. And now, here are your hosts, Jim Casberg and Howard Tillman.
Channel 40 Sports presents the high school basketball game of the week. Today, the Frankfort Hot Dogs play at the Kokomo Wildcats. Hi, everybody. I'm Howard Kellman. I'll call the play-by-play. Jim Casberg on my left, the color commentary. Jim, Frankfort's 2-2, Kokomo's 3-1. Tell us about the two teams.
Well, Howard, to understand what this meeting means, you have to have a little history lesson. For the 117th time, these two schools will meet. Kokomo owns a 66-50 advantage, but the big one back in 1925 was won by the Hot Dogs, 34-20. What a great rivalry.
I was a young kid, but I remember the game very well. Key players tonight.
Well, tonight for the Frankfort Hot Dogs, they've got to get consistency out of big Chris Wheatley. He's 6'7". He's got to play 6'7" like he did in their first outing against Clinton Prairie when he got 30 points. Last weekend, he did not have a good weekend at all, scoring 13 and 9 points. I really think he's the main man for Frankfort. For Kokomo, it's Mr. ICBM, Mondo Fowler, coming off the bench, launching those three-pointers. He is terrific from the outside.
Okay, Jim, we look forward to your comments throughout the game, and we'll be back with the start of this game in just a moment.
Living Word Ministry Center of Frankfort presents Camp Meeting 90, October 30th through November 2nd. Join Pastors Tennyson and Carol Fitch for 4 nights of anointed preaching and teaching. Tuesday evening will be Rod Parsley. On Wednesday, hear Dr. Lester Summerall. Thursday, Peter Haddon from Scotland. And Friday, James Bradley. Also a special children's camp meeting every night with Nabella and the gang. Living Word Ministry Center is located State Road 28 East in Frankfort. Camp Meeting 90, October 30th through November 2nd. Call 659-4662 for more information.
Come have lunch for the governor at Conner Prairie. That's me, Governor Noah Noble, and I have my own eating place, serving our historic noonday spread buffet every Tuesday through Saturday. Salads and sandwiches, too, plus old-fashioned desserts and bakery. Sumptuous lunches and Sunday brunches overlooking 1836 at Conner Prairie. You'll excuse me.
Why was Kokomo Chrysler Plymouth given Chrysler's Award for Excellence? A 5-star service and body shop department dedicated to getting the job done right the first time. A full-line parts department selling genuine Mopar parts. A friendly and efficient office staff. A courteous and professional sales team to assist you in the purchase of any new or used vehicle with customer satisfaction being the ultimate goal. Hi, I'm Gary Robertson, and from all of us here at Kokomo Chrysler Plymouth, we'd like to wish you and your family a safe and happy holiday season.
Hello, I'm Rick Burgard, pastor of Word of Life Church here in the city of Kokomo. I would like to extend to you a warm invitation to come join us in one of our exciting services. Service times are 10 a.m. Sunday morning, 6:30 p.m. Sunday evening, and 7 p.m. on Thursday. Our location is 935 South Goya Road at Markland Avenue. Come and experience Jesus afresh.
This portion of today's game is being brought to you by Replay Physical Therapy, specialists in orthopedic, sports, and neurological conditions, with 2 locations in Kokomo, at the Westbrook Center on South Berkeley Road, and at Dixon and Sycamore at Dixon Square.
Howard Kellman and Jim Casberg here at Kokomo High School. As we get ready for the starting lineup, here they are, PA announcer Steve Alley.
The senior, number 33, Kevin O'Brien. At the other forward, 6'3", 167 pounds, a senior, number 34, Jason Eisenhower. At center, 6'7", 205 pounds, a senior, number 35, Chris Wheatley. At one guard, 6'1", 150 pounds, a senior, number 30, Chris Pickrell. And at the other guard, 5'7", 132 pounds, a junior, number 20, Bill Wheeler. The Hot Dogs are coached by Marty Eckelbarger, assistant Bruce Hibbard. Now, here are your Kokomo Wildcats. At one forward, 6'1", 145 pounds, a sophomore, number 34, Johnny Bowling. At the other forward, 6'6", 174 pounds, a senior, number 32, Tim Rail. At center, 6'3", 159 pounds, a senior, number 42, Dwayne Smith. At one guard, 6'1", 160 pounds, a senior, number 24, Jason Watson. And at the other guard, 5'9", 175 pounds, a senior, number 40, Mondo Fowler. The Wildcats.
There you have the starting lineups for tonight's game between the Frankfort Hot Dogs and the Kokomo Wildcats. Our officials tonight are Larry Alsip and Gene Houston. And we are ready to play basketball, Jim Casper.
That's right, and of course the Hot Dogs, one of the great nicknames in Indiana high school basketball, and one of the true characters, Coach Marty Eckelbarger, coached at Princeton the last couple of years, Howard, very successful down there, had an Indiana All-Star in Travis Price, who no doubt you've seen play for Purdue University, and Marty, an excellent coach, as is Basil Mawby. He's won it all once in 1983 at Connersville.
Chris Wheatley at 6'7" will jump center for the Hot Dogs, and for the Wildcats, it'll be Dwayne Smith at 6'3". Kokomo shooting at the basket to our right, Frankfort the basket to our left. And the tip is controlled by Kokomo, and putting it up and in is Jason Watson. So Kokomo quickly off the tip takes a 2-0 lead as Smith deflects the ball out of bounds.
Dwayne also out-jumped big 6'7" Chris Wheatley for the opening tip, which led to that two-point layup.
Pickrell inbounding to Wheeler. As the Wildcats are pressing, this is Christian Pickrell, who is double-teamed. Wheeler recovers. Wheeler to the front court, and he hits a nice jumper as he pulls up to tie it at 2.
Boy, well, we learned something on that first possession. Bill Wheeler can handle the rock. He's going to be able to get it up court.
This is Jason Watson, guarded by Wheeler. Mondo Fowler, no foul. And the rebound taken by Eisenhower. Here's Pickrell. And the follow-up. Kevin O'Brien. 4-2 in favor of Frankfort. Opening moment of play here at Kokomo High School. Watson to Fowler, who is not a starter normally. Starting in place of Kevin Clark, who has a jammed finger. He may see action, though. Timmy Rail going up, and a whistle. Foul against Frankfort on Chris Pickrell. And Timmy Rail, the son of former Mr. Basketball Jimmy Rail.
Well, when you talk the all-time greats of Indiana high school basketball, Jimmy Rail's name is going to come up very, very quickly in any discussion. Probably the second greatest shooter next to Rick Mount that ever lived. Great range, better range than Mount. I'm not sure that anybody had a better eye than Rick, though.
Okay, Timmy misses the first free throw coming into the game. He's a 20% free throw shooter. He makes the second, though, makes one of 2. And it's Frankfort 3, Frankfort 4, and Kokomo 3. They hawk Pickrell. He didn't get it in time in the allotted 5 seconds.
Well, Basil Mawby, he's a master of defensive basketball, and right there the Hot Dogs experienced their first turnover of the night, and it was good pressure by Kokomo.
Mondo Fowler inbounding to Timmy Rail. And the bucket is good by Donnie Bowling.
He's a quick one.
6'1" sophomore.
Absolutely, only a sophomore. He's very, very quick, and I think Rail got caught that time on the hack.
Yes, he did, reaching in. His first personal, 6:44 remaining first period, 5-4 Kokomo. The Wildcats won the JV game 58-38 as the Wildcats continue to press in the backcourt. Pickrell to inbound, does so to Kevin O'Brien. Back to Chris Pickrell. Guarded by Fowler. Double team now, and the steal by Rail. Watson.
Look at bowling.
Mondo foul, Watson for three. He's got it. Jason Watson now has 5 points, and the Wildcats lead 8-4 as they continue to press in the backcourt. Fowler trying to tie up Wheeler. 10-second violation, so they've already been hit with a 5-second violation and a timeline violation.
Wheeler could be the only real ball-handling player on the team. We'll see as the game progresses. Obviously, the Wildcats surrounding him that time, and Frankfurt's just lost when it isn't in the hands of Wheeler.
And the Hot Dogs have called a timeout. Next week will be at Indianapolis Pike High School. It'll be Southport at Pike. 6:10 remaining in this first quarter. Kokomo leading 8-4. For Kokomo, Jason Watson has 5 points. He is the leading scorer on this team. He also leads in assists and steals, averaging 13.3 points per game. Johnny Bowling has 2 points. Timmy Rail has a point. For Frankfort, Kevin O'Brien has 2 points. And Bill Wheeler has 2 points. As you see, the Kokomo Wildcats up around Basil Maubey in his 5th year as head coach here. He is 81-23 with the Wildcats. And it's his 21st year of coaching high school basketball.
Well, and what a job he did in 1989, taking the Kokomo Wildcats to the final game against Lawrence North, where they got thumped. But, boy, what a great job he did with minimal talent, taking the Wildcats all the way to the final rung of the ladder.
Here's Dwayne Smith working outside. Timmy Rail. Watson is free for three. No good. He's fouled, and that should be 3 shots, Jim, according to the new rule.
Well, he was undercut by number 20, and, of course, we've talked about Bill Wheeler, ball-handling guard for Coach Marty Eckelbarger, and
he may have called it after the shot.
Is the call, absolutely, Howard, and I think that was a good call. Wheeler kind of backed in there just after the ball was released.
Had he been fouled in the act, he would have gotten 3 free throws since it was a 3-point attempt.
Good point.
Kokomo ball. Here's Jason Watson. Guarded by Chris Pickrell. There's Mondo Fowler, whom we remember well, a running back on the football team. Smith down low, and no good. Bowling will go to the line.
Well, here in the early going, Donnie Bowling reminds me a lot of Brad Seabury, who played for the Wildcats last year. He really wants that ball inside. He looks very confident, and I would imagine that he will be a very productive scorer for Kokomo before he's finished here.
Donnie Bowling will shoot 2. 43% free throw shooter, makes the first one.
No rotation on that shot at all by Donnie. It just kind of went up like a knuckleball, but it found nothing but twine, and that's the bottom line.
9-4 Kokomo. Second one, no good. The rebound by Smith is up and in.
Quick jumper. Nice job, and there's a near steal again. As Frankfort's having all kinds of problems.
Kokomo by 7, its biggest lead of the game, 11-4. Pickrell is triple teamed. O'Brien with a nice move. Kevin O'Brien.
With the left hand, that was very nice. And as you mentioned, triple teaming Bill Wheeler. Basil Maubey doesn't miss a trick. He knows that is the primary ball-handling threat for Frankfort, and so what does he do? He makes it as hard as possible for the kid to get his hands on the ball.
Donnie Bowling missing with his own rebound, and he puts it up no good, but he's fouled.
He's going to be a good one. You can just see it for a sophomore to be in the flow of the game the way Donnie is and play with such confidence. He just kind of exudes the talent that I'm sure we'll see as the game goes on.
So Donnie Bowling will be at the line, a 6'1" sophomore. Jason Osnauer committed his second personal foul. Bowling makes the first one.
There's Bowling. Good look at number 34 for Kokomo as he fakes outside, moves inside, just misses off glass with that little floater, grabbing his own rebound, and he's only 6'1". He's in there in the land of the Giants. 6'7" Chris Wheatley down inside there, but Bowling doesn't care.
And he makes both free throws to give Kokomo a 7-point lead. Here's the steal. Fowler ahead the rail. No basket. He's traveling.
Probably a good call. Boy, that was a sweet move by Tim as he went to the basket, kind of glided it up one-handed and off the glass. That would have been a nice basket for him to hit early in the game.
Greg Smith is checked in, number 31. He inbounds. Here's O'Brien, too deep to shoot. Chris Wheatley with a turnaround that's short. Fast break, Jason Watson leading it. Good effort by Jason Watson.
Well, he shows his versatility in the first quarter. Hits for 3 early and penetrates there for 2 points.
And he has 7 points, and it's 15-6. Wildcats by 9, their biggest lead. O'Brien, no good. Timmy Rail with the rebound. Here's Bowling.
Should have taken that one on in. Should have gone right to the glass that time, Howard. He would have drawn the foul or scored, or maybe both. And Donnie will learn that. That's just a sophomore mistake. He pulled up a little too soon. You want to do that on a 2 or 3-on-1 fast break, but when you're going 1-on-1 down court with the defender, you want to go right to the bucket.
Wayne Smith commits the foul. Now Kevin Clark is checked into the ball game. As we said, he's normally a starter. He jammed a finger, so he's coming off the bench. Frankfort ball. Here's O'Brien. He's no good. And we'll have a whistle, the ball out of bounds. We had contact underneath. Eisenhower going down along with Jason Watson. No foul call, though.
Well, jockeying for position underneath there. And good game so far. It'll be interesting to see this gentleman fall, number 22. A big surprise for the Kokomo Wildcats early in this season. Kevin Clark, the point guard, has had an outstanding beginning to this 90-91 season.
Here's Timmy Rail with the alley-oop pass for Clark.
Oh, boy. That's special, Howard. That's very special. Beautiful. And a near steal as Clark showing why, instantaneously, moments after entering the contest, showing why Kokomo fans are real excited about this new player to the varsity.
Pete Corpette checks into the ball game for Kokomo. The Wildcats threatening to run away, leading 17-6. 3:40 to go in this first period. And the Hot Dogs are having trouble with that Wildcat press.
Absolutely.
O'Brien for 3. No good. Watson with the rebound. And Wheeler ran into Clark, and Bill Wheeler commits the personal.
Well, Bill was trying to make the head jump away. That's the right idea. Hey, you want to see an electrifying play? Take a look at this. The alley-oop. And big number 22, actually, it's not that big. Kevin Clark, 6'1" senior, converts after coming into the ball game just moments before. He's a very nice-looking senior. Where's he been hiding?
And he's now at the free throw line. How often do you see a 6'1" player on the recipient, being the recipient in the alley-oop?
Especially when he just handled the ball as a point guard just seconds before, circling around underneath.
He makes the free throw. He now has 3 points. He is quick. 18-6. Wildcats by 12. 3:27 to go first period. And he makes the second one as well.
He puts about as much arc as Alan Henderson does on his free throws. He really sends them up high.
A man is basket hanging, but Watson bats the ball away. So they can't get it to him.
Well, somebody really muffed the defensive assignment that time, as you could see. Frankfort player all alone, and luckily Watson got a hand on it.
O'Brien to Wheeler for 3. No good. And a foul underneath, and the Hot Dogs are not getting good shots inside.
Well, and the official looked at Wheatley. I think maybe he got called for the foul, and that's the call indeed. Number 35, Chris Wheatley. He gets called for his first, and really Marty Eckelbarger needs a good ball game out of Chris Wheatley. In fact, a good season out of Chris. If the Hot Dogs are to be successful, as I noted in the pregame, he opened up with a 30-point outburst against Clinton Prairie in a 76-57 blowout for Frankfort. But since then, his point total, Howard, has gone steadily downhill. 23 against Clinton Central in the second game, 13 in the third game, 9 in the fourth game.
Pete Corpette at the line, 1-and-1. And he misses, and the rebound is pulled down by Wheatley. Here's Smith bringing it across. Let's see if the Hot Dogs can get into their offense. Eisenhower back to Smith. Three-point attempt. No good. And the rebound pulled down by Doug Etchison. He's checked in. And it goes off the hands, but recovered by Corpus. Inside to Smith for the bucket.
I think Dwayne Smith makes a living offensively down inside. It doesn't look like he has much of a perimeter game, but that was a very smooth inside maneuver for 2 points.
Eisenhower for the bucket. It's 21-8. Kokomo, 2:35 to go first period. Clark moving it across, guarded by Wheeler. There's Mondo Fowler. Smith is free but does not shoot. Quartet goes up. No basket. Foul on Mondo Fowler. Picking up his first personal, third team foul. Jim?
We'll take a look at it right here. Number 42, up and in. That's Dwayne Smith as he just does the fundamental thing there. Catch the ball, turn the ball, and put it off glass.
They beat the press that time as Wheeler moves it across. Kokomo in his zone. Here's Smith. Just can't penetrate.
Oh!
Now blocked shot by Clark. He is ahead of the throw. He slipped. He just slipped his right.
Howard, he slipped, or I think he was going to dunk it.
Eisenhower stepped on the end line. Lead pass a little too far.
Well, that could have been dangerous. You know, that's how you turn an ankle or you twist a knee. That time on the breakaway, you could see all the way Kevin Clark, number 22, looking for the dunk, I think, and fortunately, he didn't get hurt.
Here's Clark against Wheeler. Mondo Fowler. Clark with a beautiful move, but he missed his shot.
A little out of control that time. Boy, he's an athlete.
Eisenhower can't hang on to the basketball.
Well, Marty Eckelberger is just really upset on the sidelines. His Hot Dogs aren't executing.
And the jumper is good by Donnie Bowling. His second field goal. He has 3 free throws for 7. And the Wildcats press in the backcourt. They lead by 15 points. And the ball thrown away, the third consecutive turnover, although it's deflected out of bounds there. So it will not be a turnover. But the Hot Dogs really have to regroup.
Well, we're headed for a blowout in a big way here, Howard. 15 points down on the road at Memorial Gymnasium in Kokomo. A tough place to get out of with a victory, let alone if you're down by 15 points.
Let's see if the Hot Dogs can get into their offense and show a little more patience here. Smith. Eisenhower. And he hits clean. Wish with a jump. 23-10 in favor of the Wildcats. Exactly 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Kokomo basketball for Pett. Watson's too deep to shoot. And they slow it down. 45 seconds remaining in the period. Rick Bivens in the ball game, number 20 for the Wildcats. Here's Corpet. Back out to Watson. 30 seconds left first quarter. Bivens. 20 seconds remaining in the quarter. Watson against Wheeler. Here's Bivens. 15 seconds. Bivens against Smith. 10 seconds. Bivens with the inside pass, and the shot no good by Etchison, but a foul.
That's on Wheatley, and that's critical. The big gun for Frankfort's going to get called for his second foul of the quarter with just 8 seconds remaining in the quarter. That'll be a 1-and-1 situation.
Doug Etchison at the line. A 64%, 67% free throw shooter. 6'3" senior. Makes the free throw. 8 seconds remain in the period. And the Wildcats lead 24-10. And he misses that one. O'Brien saves it to Eisenhower. 5 seconds. From the midcourt line, Eisenhower misses, and that's the end of the first quarter. So first quarter dominated by Kokomo. The score after one. The Wildcats 24, the Hot Dogs 10. We'll be back with the second period in just a moment.
The Living Word Fellowship extends an invitation to all people who want to experience the miracles of God. Living Word, where the Word and the Spirit of God prevail, with signs and wonders following. Living Word Fellowship is a family-oriented church with ministries to every member of your family. Sunday services are at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Wednesday night services at 7 p.m. Come and join our family at Living Word Fellowship, 1 mile east of Frankfort on Highway 28. Call 659-5351. Driving with you into the future is Ray Rudd Buick Pontiac GMC truck in Frankfort. Ray Rudd is Central Indiana's best place for the best price, best service, and best selection. Courteous salespeople that you can trust have been the hallmark of Ray Rudd Buick Pontiac GMC truck for over 17 years. So for the best selection of new and used cars in a comfortable hometown setting, come and see Ray Rudd Buick Pontiac GMC truck. State Road 28 East, just across from Walmart in Frankfort. Ray Rudd Buick Pontiac driving with you into the future.
Let's talk about cosmetic dentistry. You have a choice of treatment depending on your need and budget. There's light care to porcelain laminates, or for orthodontic placements, there's ceramics or new invisibles. Whatever you need, repair a chip, fill a gap, or simply brighten your smile. You need to talk with us, your cosmetic experts.
There are only 2 dentist offices in Indianapolis, south at Madison Avenue and South 11, and west at 4200 North Lafayette Road, across from Value City Furniture and the Pier 1 Shopping Center. And look in your new Yellow Pages book for quality family dentistry and specialists. Do you want to know what a real Boilermaker is?
At Gotti Brothers Boiler Company, we have been selling, servicing, and repairing boilers since 1914 in the city of Kokomo and the surrounding area. We specialize in church, school, and industrial accounts. We also do certified welding, retubing, turbine cleaning, refractory installation, and repair. So when you need a real Boilermaker, call 317-459-4416.
Now, would you like to explain to me what a real Hoosier is?
Hard work deserves the pride of accomplishment. That's why your hard-earned savings deserves more than just safety. Now there's one bank that rewards substantial savings with a specially crafted combination of services and individual recognition that put you in a class by yourself. The Major Saver Account from America. Reward and recognition. Try it. Service you can bank on.
Howard Kelman and Jim Kasberg, we are back at Kokomo High School. And my mistake earlier, I said someone fouled in the act, shooting a three-point field goal attempt, gets 3 shots. That's a new rule in college. It is not in high school basketball, so my apology there. We get ready for period 2. Wildcats leading 24-10. What does Frankfort have to do to get back into this game?
Well, they've got to do a lot. They've got to do it pretty quickly here. You just can't get down to a Basil Mulvey coach team and expect to come back and win. They were a great defensive coach, and I really think that Frankfurt's got to go back to the fundamentals that they've worked all preseason on, get the ball inside the Wheatley, and to try to keep the ball in the hands of Bill Wheeler whenever possible on the perimeter.
They're not getting it inside. They're shooting 1 3-point field goal attempt after another. There's another one. Wheeler misses. They just are not getting the ball inside. Bowling with the rebound. A good defense by Kokomo. Smith to Watson. Smith, he loses the basketball.
This is one of the quicker Kokomo teams I've seen, and we could be headed for an all-time record in points scored by a Basil Mulvey team. 24 points, that's not indicative of Coach Basil Mulvey after 1 quarter. That's more like a halftime score for Kokomo, usually low-scoring affairs for the Wildcats.
Okay. Frankfort with the basketball. Here's Smith. O'Brien, as they still cannot get the ball inside. Wheatley is double teamed, throws it away on the cross-court pass. This Wildcat defense has been outstanding. And a beautiful pass inside. Bowling hits the bucket on the fine pass from Rick Bibbins.
Well, Marty Eckelberger is furious It's one thing to have a turnover. It's another thing to not get back on defense. That's a cardinal error, and he's going to let his hot dogs know about it.
6:55 remaining in Period 2. The score, Kokomo 26, Frankfort 10. We'll be back in just a moment.
Visit McClintock Quality Furniture today and see the beautiful handcrafted furniture by Smith Brothers of Bern. Until January 1st, you will get 35% off all special order and in-stock Smith Brothers furniture for 6-month interest-free contracts only. You can choose from 2,700 fabrics and sofa combinations, along with a distinctive collection of love seats and chairs.
At McClintock, we're making deals every day. McClintock Quality Furniture at 19 North Washington Street in Kokomo. With Kokomo Chrysler Plymouth given Chrysler's Award for Excellence, a 5-star service and body shop department dedicated to getting the job done right the first time, a full-line parts department selling genuine Mopar parts, a friendly and efficient office staff, a courteous and professional sales team to assist you in the purchase of any new or used vehicle with customer satisfaction being the ultimate goal. Hi, I'm Gary Robertson, and from all of us here at Kokomo Chrysler Plymouth, we'd like to wish you and your family a safe and happy holiday season.
In today's crazy world of investments, one investment seems to be getting stronger and stronger. The world of baseball card collecting. At Kokomo Comics and Baseball Card Shop, you'll flip over a large selection of cards, including new 1996 Score, Donruss, Upper Deck, Clear, and Top. We also have hoops basketball cards, pro set football cards, and hockey cards. Get all the accessories and supplies to protect your cards. Buy and sell old cards. Kokomo Comics is hooked into a national computer to help you find cards. So if you want to have fun and make a good investment, stop by Kokomo Comics and Baseball Card Shop.
There we see the Kokomo Wildcats converting as number 34, Donnie Bowling, catches a good floor-length pass after the turnover was created by the Kokomo defense. And there's a perfect example, Howard, of what you hear so many times coaches saying that your offense starts with good defense. Kokomo proved it on that last possession.
They've been relentless in their press, and that is another turnover off the hands of Greg Smith.
Yeah, Marty's not used to this. The last 2 years down at Princeton, he was 38-7, one-loss ratio, and just had two tremendous teams led by Travis Price and D.V. Goose. And this Frankfort team is regrouping a little bit, and Marty, I'm sure, will have it back together in no time.
Watson is short. Foul underneath. On Jason Watson. His first. 6:40 to go in the first half. The Wildcats lead 26%. Greg Smith will inbound. Let's go to O'Brien. Wheeler moves it across. Wheatley with a jumper. No good. And a good effort by Eisenhower, and he draws the foul.
Well, that was Wheatley's best maneuver, and Marty Eckelberg is up off the bench clapping. He really liked what he saw at Chris that time. The big fella collected the entry pass, really looked to put the ball up. He looked to be offensive-minded. And really, that's the first time in the ballgame tonight we've seen him do that, Howard. The Hot Dogs need that to be successful.
They pushed the ball up the court nicely there.
Absolutely. That was as good a sequence as they've had all night.
Dwayne Smith committed the foul. Jason Eisenhower, a 6'3" senior, will be at the free throw line. Kevin Clark checking in, replacing Rick Bivens. 6:28 to go in the first half. Eisenhower fouled in the act, shooting two. He makes the first one.
We'll take a look at the foul. Good pump fake right there. Number 34 for the Frankfort Hot Dogs, Jason Eisenhower, getting all kinds of Wildcats up in the air.
Almost banked it home, missed the second one. Edgerton pulls the rebound down. Ball is fumbled, recovered nicely, and Bowling is short. They move the ball around nicely. Watson for three, no good. On the hop, Wheatley takes the rebound. Here's Bill Wheeler moving it across. O'Brien and Wheeler. And a nice pass to Eisenhower, who draws another foul.
Well, Wheeler's a good little player. You know, he can handle the ball. He's quick. He can pass the ball. We haven't seen him consistently hit the three-point shot tonight, but he's taken it several times, so you get the feeling that he's a pretty good shooter. He has some confidence in it. And Coach Art Ethelbarger talking with him now, and that last time on offense, Kokomo was rattled a little bit by Wheatley defensively, as the big guy really made his presence felt and forced a bad shot by Kokomo.
Doug Etchison commits the personal. Eisenhower makes the free throw. He gets one more. He is 2 of 3 from the free throw line. What an arc to that shot.
Yeah, the new fad. Everybody's shooting that way this season, it seems like.
26-13. Kokomo by 13. Clark hits the jumper. Smith hit the deck as he had a pick set on him.
Boy, what a fine player this Kevin Clark is. I wonder where he's been. Usually a player like that, you follow through the junior varsity ranks. You've seen him the year before. I've never heard of him. He just kind of surfaced this year at Kokomo. I don't know if he's a move-in or if a player just came out for the first time this season.
Wheeler. No good. Clark soaring for the rebound. Can't control it, but it is taken by Timmy Rail. Clark pushes it up nicely to Watson. And Jason Watson hits the bucket. Watson now has a total of 9 points, 3 field goals, and a 3-point field goal. Kokomo by 17 points. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Smith for 3, no good. Oh, Rail with the rebound.
Donnie Bowling was looking for the outlet that time. He was free. Then he elected to slow it down.
Watson for 3, good.
Now, Jason Watson's just flat out a good basketball player. He doesn't make mistakes. He can shoot the ball. He can handle the ball. He really knows what to do with it.
Okay, it is Frankfort ball. As they just swing the ball around, can't get it inside. Wheeler fakes the 3. And a beautiful block shot, with the rebound taken off by Smith, who draws the foul. Well, Etchison with a nice effort on the block shot.
Well, they're really playing good defense. You know, you look up at the scoreboard and you see a 20-point differential, and right away you think, oh, well, you know, the baskets must be falling tonight for Kokomo. But so much of their success tonight, as it is each and every year with any team coached by Basil Mulvey, the defense has contributed immensely to that offensive spread.
Tim Rail commits his second personal. Greg Smith is the line, a 6-foot sophomore. First free throw, no good. 33-13, Kokomo by 20. 4:19 to go, first half. And Smith makes 1 of 2. 33-14. Kokomo has won the last 4 meetings between these two schools. Fowler. And the ball taken off by Rhett Freeze, who's checked in. 3-point attempt by O'Brien, no good. Rail pulls the rebound down. Here's Timmy Rail. And he's short. And the rebound taken by Smith. 3:45 to go first half. Wildcats by 19. Here's Rhett Freeze. O'Brien. Good zone defense. And the turnaround by Wheatley is good.
Well, they found a seam, got it into the big kid, and he put it in the hole. That's probably how he got 30 points in the opening victory earlier this year for Frankfort.
Traveling.
Mondo Fowler not having a great night. There's number 40, who last season provided us with some of our most memorable moments, bringing the Wildcats back from behind with clutch three-point shooting, and not having a great night tonight, but it's still early.
Eisenhower. Hit no good. Rebound, Donnie Bowling. Got to be frustrating to Marty Ethelbarger, the fact that this club really hasn't cracked that zone defense.
Well, and also the lack of rebounding. Wheatley, 6'7". He's just not a real good jumper, and the Kokomo kids really quick jumpers.
Etchison hits the jumper. 35-16, Kokomo by 19. The Wildcats continue that press. O'Brien to Smith. Wheatley's outside. And the jumper by O'Brien is short. Smith. He's short. He's long on that one.
Mondo.
Foul inside.
Mondo got caught that time coming from behind, and he's going to be called second personal in short order. He may be coming out as I see a couple substitutions getting ready to come in for Kokomo.
Ryan Smalley and Jason Watson, along with Kevin Clark. First time Ryan Smalley has been in the game, the 6'5 junior. So Eisenhower will be at the line. He is a 6'3" senior with 7 points. Look at that trajectory. I don't know if this coach really wants to see it. That's got kind of an arc.
Yeah, we'll take a look. You can see Mondo just sneaking around there from behind, and he got his hand in there and got called. Referee caught him.
He shoots each one higher and higher.
Yeah.
35-17 Kokomo. As Rail misses the jumper, Eisenhower has the rebound. Rhett Trees moves it across. And again, they try to break and crack that zone, which they haven't done. 3 men on Wheatley. Smith gets it out to Trees. 2:05 to go in the half. 18-point Kokomo lead. And Wheatley hits the jumper.
Well, the big kid is warming up a little bit on the offensive end. If the kid hits another short jump shot, Frankfort could really use a good three-point shooter. I think that would help spread that defense out a little bit. Kokomo's really packing it in.
And inside the alley-oop, the shot missed by Clark. Eisenhower with the rebound at Trees. Nice effort by Rhett Trees.
Oh,
Player control foul is called.
offensive, yeah. Well, on the previous play, I think that maybe it could be said with some accuracy that Kevin Clark was the hot dog. As he went up for that alley-oop slam dunk and put a little extra mustard on it, or else he could have easily converted that. I think he was trying to imitate one Michael Jordan a little bit too much on that dunk attempt.
Kokomo has the basketball. Watson. Hawks by Trees. Ryan Smalley. And a near steal by O'Brien. Rail throws it back out to Watson for 3. No good. And Wheatley with the rebound. Here's a fast break. This is Kevin O'Brien. And he slows it down. They've been showing some patience lately against the zone, which is so important. Wheatley. And the rebound, Tim Rail. He walked with the basketball, did Tim Rail.
Well, that's the second time tonight he's gotten caught for the extra step. And a good observation, Howard. Marty Eckelberger knows this one is probably not in the cards as far as the victory is concerned. So what he's trying to get his team to do is simply execute in the same way that they do in practice. They can at least take some things from this game, learn some things, and make progress as the season goes on.
49 seconds remain in the first half. Kevin Clark commits his first personal. Chris Wheatley at the free throw line. Tallest player on either team at 6'7". He is a senior. First appearance at the line. He's a 76% free throw shooter. 1 and 1. And he misses. Jason Watson with the rebound. There's Clark. There's Watson and Clark working the backcourt. 40 seconds remaining. Clark with a nice effort all the way, but he missed the shot. And the rebound off the hands, I believe, of Ryan Smalley.
Now, Clark is a tremendous athlete. He's a little out of control, and I would guess he might be the kind of player that maybe didn't come out for basketball. Maybe that's why we haven't seen him on a Kokomo roster the last couple of years, and showing a little bit of rustiness for not being involved with the program for a number of years. Boy, if he had been,
you can tell he's a good athlete.
Oh, he's a tremendous athlete. With some more experience, he may be one of the better guards in the state. He's certainly a fine guard. Anyway, it would be even better, I think, with more experience.
30 seconds remain first half. Wildcats are pressing. Wheatley is fouled by Donnie Bowler. holding, so Wheatley will go to the line as play gets a bit sloppy here. Wildcats leading by 16, 35-19.
Well, we've been stuck on 35-19 for some time.
Chris Wheatley leads the Hot Dogs in both scoring and rebounding. He is short. Did nothing on that. 26 seconds remain, and Kokomo has the basketball. Watson to inbound to Clark, and let's see if the Wildcats play for the last shot of the half. Clark against Smith. Rail to Watson. They're going to play for one. 10 seconds left in the half. Here's Timmy Rail on the drive as it batted away and out of bounds with 7 seconds remaining. Jason Watson will inbound. Clark. And Clark banks it home. A whistle.
Oh, Marty Eckelberger. Marty Eckelberger is furious. Hey, Chris Wheatley, looked like he was stationary, but he's going to get called for the foul. That's 3 on the big guy. There's Marty. He hasn't given us his war dance yet, Howard. Boy, I'll tell you what, if this was a close ball game and that call had been made, I guarantee that Marty Eckelberger would have given his patented Buff Brave war dance that he did so often as a head coach at Buff.
Eisenhower throws it up. 1 second remaining. And Kokomo will get it back. With a second remaining in the half, 37-19, Kokomo.
There's Basil. He never stopped coaching. 1 second left in the half, and he still wants to get some points out of it.
Rail inbounding. Rowland doesn't get it off. He doesn't get it off. That's the end of the first half. Here at Kokomo High School, a half dominated by the Wildcats. And the score at halftime, Kokomo 37, Frankfort 19. We'll be back in just a moment.
In today's crazy world of investments, one investment seems to be getting stronger and stronger. The world of baseball card collecting. At Kokomo Comics and Baseball Card Shop, you'll flip over a large selection of cards, including new 1990 sets of Score, Donruss, Upper Deck, Clear, and Top. We also have Hoops basketball cards, Pro Set football cards, and hockey cards. Get all the accessories and supplies to protect your cards. Buy and sell old cards. Kokomo Comics is hooked into an national computer to help you find cards. So if you want to have fun and make a good investment, stop by Kokomo Comics and Baseball Card Shop.
Do you want to know what a real Boilermaker is?
At Downey Brothers Boiler Company, we have been selling, servicing, and repairing boilers since 1914 in the city of Kokomo and the surrounding area. We specialize in church, school, and industrial accounts. We also do certified welding, retubing, turbine cleaning, refractory installation, and repair. So when you need a real Boilermaker, call 317-459-4416.
Now, would you like to explain to me what a real Hoosier is?
And I'm Rick Burgard, pastor of Word of Life Church here in the city of Kokomo. My family and I would like to invite you and your family to come join us in one of our exciting services. Service times are 10 a.m. Sunday morning, 6:30 p.m. Sunday evening, and 7 p.m. on Thursday. Our location is 935 South Goya Road at Markham Avenue.
Driving with you into the future is Ray Rudd Buick Pontiac GMC Truck in Frankfort. Ray Rudd is Central Indiana's best place for the best price, best service, and best selection. Courteous salespeople that you can trust have been the hallmark of Ray Rudd Buick Pontiac GMC Truck for over 17 years. So for the best selection of new and used cars in a comfortable hometown setting, come and see Ray Rudd Buick Pontiac GMC Truck. Over 28 East, just across from Walmart in Frankfort.
Why was Kokomo Chrysler Plymouth given Chrysler's Award for Excellence? A 5-star service and body shop department dedicated to getting the job done right the first time. A full-line parts department selling genuine Mopar parts. A friendly and efficient office staff. A courteous and professional sales team to assist you in the purchase of any new or used vehicle with customer satisfaction during the ultimate low. Hi, I'm Gary Robertson, and from all of us here at Kokomo Chrysler Plymouth, we'd like to wish you and your family a safe and happy holiday season.
The 1990 Hall of Fame Classic is scheduled for Saturday, December 29th. For general admission tickets, call 317-529-1891. This year, catch the action of preseason top-ranked Jerry Roosevelt, Martinsville, Southport, and Mount Vernon as they battle it out for the championship. Game times are 11 a.m. and 12:30 p.m., with the consolation game beginning at 6 and the finals at 8 p.m. Second tickets are only $7. See Indiana basketball at its best.
This portion of today's game is being brought to you by Replay Physical Therapy, specialists in orthopedic, sports, and neurological conditions, with 2 locations in Kokomo, at the Westbrook Center on South Berkeley Road, and at Nixon and Sycamore at Dixon Square.
It's time for our Student Athletes of the Week. And they are Mindy Moore and Perry McCullum, both of Kokomo High School. And we'll start with Mindy. Mindy, tell us about your activities here.
Well, I play volleyball, varsity volleyball. I'm the center of the volleyball team. I play forward and center of our basketball team, which is ranked number 2 in the state this year. We're really excited about that. It's really neat because we've never been ranked that high, and the team just loves it. You know, we're really good. We're together as a team this year, and we like it really well. And I throw shot put and disc on our track team.
Are there a number of girls like yourself who are on both the volleyball and basketball teams?
Yes, there are. There are maybe 2 or 3 of us that are on both teams.
Which sport do you prefer more and why?
Well, I like volleyball really well because I'm the starting setter, and I love that. But this year, it's really exciting because basketball, it's been so much fun being ranked number 2 that I am leaning towards basketball now.
Tell us about your academics at Kokomo High School.
Well, I'm in the National Honor Society. I'm in the top 5% of my class, and that's got me into the National Honor Society. I'm an SBA, which is Scholarship of Christian Athletes, and I'm also a dear role model. And I go to the elementary schools, like Frankfort Park and Naval Crest, and schools like that, and talk to the kids about drugs and our school and South Campus and downtown campus.
Well, Mindy, thank you very much, and congratulations on what you've accomplished here.
Thank you.
Let's go over to Perry. Tell us about your activities here at Kokomo High School, Perry.
Okay, I play football and baseball. I'm a safety during football, and I play the whole outfield during baseball. And I think we got a lot of fun in football, and I want to have more fun in baseball and just try to succeed in all my sports and all I do.
Which sport do you enjoy more?
I enjoy baseball a lot more because it's more active. It's more running, and I just like that better.
How good a baseball team you going to have?
I think we'll have a pretty good team this year, better than normal. And if we get everything together, then our pitching could pull through, and I think we've got a chance to go to state.
I feel like you see that warm weather come spring.
Yeah, I like the warm weather. I'm trying to go to Florida and play college, baseball, whatever. But I'm trying to get on somewhere at football, too.
So you hope to get a college baseball scholarship?
Yeah, a lot. Try to get a both-way scholarship, college and football.
Terry, tell us about your academics here at Kokomo High School.
I'm a good role model, like Mindy said. I'm in Boys Legion. I think grade-wise, I have to put my grades up a lot more to perform at the top levels or whatever, but I'm trying to work hard at my grades and improve at what I do.
Well, thank you very much for coming by, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
We'll be back in just a moment.
44 presents this week's look at the Indiana High School Basketball Hall of Fame.
Hello, and welcome once again to Halftime at the Hall of Fame. I'm Ron Newland, the Executive Director of the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame, and each week it's my pleasure to take you on a little tour of the state's new Museum of Basketball History in Newcastle. One of our most popular exhibits at the Hall of Fame is an exhibit that we refer to as the Timeline. It's a chronological history of the great moments in Indiana basketball history. And it opens right here with an exhibit that we call the Cradle of Indiana Basketball. Basketball was invented in 1891 in Springfield, Massachusetts, but it didn't take it long to take root in Indiana. And when it did, it took root in west central Indiana in three counties surrounding Crawfordsville. Those communities are saluted in this exhibit. Crawfordsville, Lebanon, Thorntown, Wingate, Lafayette, Jeff. Those 5 schools within 18 miles of Crawfordsville won the first 8 state championships.
Wingate was a little school with only about 60 students in the top 4 grades. A tiny school. In fact, what we have here in this exhibit on Wingate, we have a photograph of their tiny gymnasium and the ticket box from that gym. To take a good close look at it, that ticket box has 54 slots, 6 rows of 17 free seats. That was how basketball was played in the early days. Some of the other popular exhibits early in the timeline tell other stories about how basketball got its start. We have here the oldest ball in the collection, a basketball from the 1910 season, used at Beaver Dam High School, back when Beaver Dam in northern Indiana played its one home game in the attic of a Mentone restaurant. And one of my favorite pieces in the collection, a pair of basketball pants from Freelandville High School from the 1904 season. When I first saw these pants, I thought that perhaps they were football pants. But as I found out, actually these pants were made for basketball. See, Freelandville played their games that year outdoors on a cinder parking lot. So I imagine these long quilted pants came in handy not only to keep the team warm, but also if anyone had to dive for a loose ball. That's part of the amazing story of Indiana high school basketball, and there are lots more stories just like this at the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. I hope you'll visit us soon. Thanks.
Hard work deserves the pride of a country. That's why your hard-earned savings deserve more than just safety. Now there's one bank that rewards substantial savings with a specially crafted combination of services and individual recognition that put you in a class by yourself. The Member Saver Account from America. Rewards and recognition. Try it. Service you can bank on.
In today's crazy world of investments, one investment seems to be getting stronger and stronger. The world of baseball card collecting. At Kokomo Comics and Baseball Card Shop, you'll flip over a large selection of cards, including new 1990 sets of Score, Donruss, Upper Deck, Clear, and Top. We also have hoops basketball cards, pro set football cards, and hockey cards. Get all the accessories and supplies to protect your cards. Buy and sell old cards. Kokomo Comics is hooked into a national computer to help you find cards. So if you want to have fun and make a good investment, stop by Kokomo Comics and Baseball Card Shop.
Howard Kellman and Jim Casper. We are at halftime here at Kokomo High School. Kokomo leading Frankfort 37-19. The Wildcats led 24-10 at the quarter. And as the score indicates, they have dominated this first half.
Well, they got off of the early lead and never looked back. There you can see the score, 37-19. And field goals, 7 for 18 for Frankfort, 12 for 22 for the Wildcats. They got off 4 more. There's a key stat there, 3-point shots, 0 for 8 for Frankfurt, 2 for 7 for the Wildcats. Free throws, 5 of 10 for Frankfurt, 7-11 for the Wildcats. Turnovers, even at 17 rebounds. Turnovers, even at 10 rebounds, even at 17.
Okay, we play ball in period 3. And going up for the shot is Tim Rail. And Frankfurt will get it back.
Turnovers at 10 apiece and rebounds even, so that much is on a par. There we see for Frankfurt. Eisenhower with 8 points, O'Brien with 4. Watson with 12 points, excellent first pass, and Donnie Bowling with 9.
Frankfurt has the basketball. And it's steal by Watson, but it's recovered by O'Brien. Smith, Eisenhower with 3 men on him. Red Tree over to Wheatley. And scoring for the rebound is Bowling. Watson to Fowler, down low to Smith. They move the ball around beautifully, and it's put in by Bowling.
Best sequence of the night. Everybody was involved on the offense for Kokomo that time. Crisp passing, and it resulted in 2 easy points.
And Frankfurt has the basketball. Here's Red Trees. Smith. Trees. O'Brien takes the 3, now shoots, and he hits. Kokomo is having a canned goods drive for Saturday's game. Please bring a canned good and help the needy. 39-21. Kokomo by 18. Mondo Fowler, guarded by Tree. Smith working outside. Here's Tim Rail. Donnie Bowling and Smith. Watson for three. No good. Red Trees with a rebound. Wildcats in that zone. 2-3 zone. Trees. And he's called for traveling.
Well, Kokomo's overall team quickness really causing problems for Frankfort. As you can see that time on the inside, Wheatley is just feet to the basket. That's just great athleticism. And, of course, number 24 for Kokomo, Jason Watson, he's just a scrapper. He's all over the place. He had a great first half and just causes a lot of problems with his hustle.
And a steal by O'Brien, who took it away from Rail.
Yeah, didn't kind of grant it to jersey of Eisenhower, and the referee was standing right there, and Basil Maltby was sitting right there. If you take a look at the Kokomo bench there momentarily, good call by the official. That
Rail commits his third personal as Fowler runs into Tree.
Well, Mondo there, you can see he of the great first name, Mondo Fowler. Not having a great night, as we've mentioned. Boy, it's scary to think, Howard, just what the spread might be tonight if Mondo was having his normal game.
Timmy Rail averaging 10 points a game, only has 1 point. Kevin Park checks in. There he is. O'Brien takes the inbound pass. This is Brett Trees, Kevin O'Brien. Smith. O'Brien for three. No good. Smith pulls the rebound. Wayne Smith, that is. Watson goes up. And a foul. That's on Wheatley. That's number 4.
Well, Wheatley was a little late getting there that time. And
it is. That's 4 on Wheatley. Pete Corpette checks in for Kokomo as Tim Rail sits down. Jason Watson at the free throw line has 12 points. This is the first one. He is averaging 13.3 a game.
Well, there you can see Watson going inside the layup, and Wheatley was not set. He moved in and initiated the contact, and as a result, Kokomo goes to the line.
Watson misses but gets the rebound. There's Bowling looking to make a move. Oh, and he does.
Wow.
Johnny Bowling.
Boy,
5 field goals, 3 free throws for 13.
Great slashing move by the sophomore. He's going to be a good one, Howard. Mark my words, 2 years down the road. There'll be some colleges looking at this young man. He's very, very quick and athletic. You've seen him get up in the air very well, rebound well. Likes to go inside and score like Brad Seabury did last year for Kokomo. And as you can see, this is easily becoming a blowout, a 20-point advantage now for the home court Wildcats.
Number 45, Rob Coomer, checks into the ball game for Frankfort. He replaces Chris Wheatley, who leaves with 4 persons. Red Trees. This is O'Brien. Trees. Smith and O'Brien. Just can't get that ball inside. You know, the old line is every zone has its weakness, but they haven't been able to exploit it.
Well, no, not at all. And Basil's a master at coaching at zone defense, and he's done it for years. He did it at Connersville. He's done it here at Kokomo. Won a state title, as I mentioned earlier, in 1983. Was at Connersville Spartans. They beat Anderson by a point. Troy Lewis missing the last-second shot. As the Wildcats prevailed in that game 63-62, I believe, in the final.
Pete Corpette committed his first personal on the last play, and now we have another foul.
Pardon me, the Spartans prevailed that night over the Anderson Indians, 63-62.
4:47 to go as Johnny Bowling commits his second personal, a 20-point Kokomo lead. O'Brien with the inbounds intended for Eisenhower. Nobody was there. Here's Clark, and he puts it in. Clark's 4th field goal of the game with 2 free throws for 10. Smith. Greg Smith. His jumper no good. Jason Watson with the rebound. Watson, good individual effort.
Well, he's having a big night. He's got his numerals carved in the side of his head in his haircut there, and if he continues to play as well as he does, I don't think that Coach Basil-Molly's going to care what kind of haircut Jason's got.
And the basketball will go right back to Kokomo. 4:05 to go in the third quarter, 24-point Kokomo lead. Kokomo retains possession. Rick Bivens back in the game for the Wildcats as Jason Watson sits down. Pete Corpett will inbound. The deflection, and O'Brien hits Clark, no whistle though. Corpett is fouled by O'Brien.
Well, O'Brien a little out of control there on that foul, but he's really working hard, you know, and that's a credit to the team. They're down. It would be easy to be skipped, to become really dejected, and he's in there hustling all the way.
Basil Marby. I think you saw his elbow anyway. Free throw no good. Corpett will get one more.
I know several of the young kids from a couple years ago for the Kokomo Wildcats, if they were figuring to be very active this season, are not in action. Mike Myers transferred to Tipton High School, and two players, Dennis Valentine and Matt Gaddy, are not on the varsity this year for various.
And a steal on the ball put in by Bivens.
Marty Eckelberg is complaining that for some reason the buzzer went off. There you can see Marty at the score table. He said, hey, wait a minute. What's the buzzer doing going off? My kids weren't ready to play. Marty wants an explanation there from the official. Simply giving the number of the player called for the personal foul. Marty said, hey, wait a minute. I want to know what happened before that when the buzzer went off.
It is a 27-point Kokomo lead.
Marty Eckelberger. Pretty upset. Slightly so. I mean, the players kind of froze when the buzzer went off, not knowing what to do. They thought the timeout had been called or what have you, and play resumed. And Marty just wants an explanation there. Boy, he's been around a long time. Coach, as I said, at the top, now at Princeton, now at Frankfort. It's just a matter of time how before he turns his program around at Frankfort.
Kevin O'Brien at the line, a 6'1" senior. Makes the free throw.
A lot of tradition in Frankfort. 4 times the state champion the Hot Dogs were. First in 1925, as we alluded to, over the Kokomo Wildcats, 34-20. They also beat Tech in 1929, Fort Wayne Central in 1936, and Franklin in 1939 for their 4 state titles.
Here's Rhett Tree. Cross-court pass to Smith. O'Brien for 3. No good. Eisenhower with a good effort. Jason Eisenhower. He now has 3 field goals, 4 free throws for 10.
Well, he earned that one. He got the rebound and put it back in traffic.
Clark went right by Smith, and a rejection off the shot by Ryan Smalley.
But Clark is just on the verge of becoming an excellent basketball player. He's got so many skills, and they aren't quite perfected. But, well, I'll tell you something. By the end of the year, this kid may be a real sleeper for a college Division I program, or most certainly a junior college program where he would be allowed the luxury of 2 years to hone those skills for the Division I level.
Smith called for the blocking foul.
Well, nice dump off there. As you can see, the foul and the basket was missed, but nice pass by on that play by Clark.
Here's Rhett Tree. 48-24 Kokomo. A little over 3 minutes remain in the third quarter. Trees and O'Brien. Now Smith. Eisenhower double team. Battles and hits a jumper. Eisenhower averaging 11.5 points per game. And now has 12 points tonight. 48-26 Kokomo. 2:40 to go in period 3. And a steal by Rhett Tree.
Good move. That's a sophomore, too, Howard. I told you Marty Eckelberger will have this program turned around And he's got two sophomores right now. Don't be surprised a few years from now. Number 31, Greg Smith, and number 25, Red Trees, are wreaking havoc for the Frankfort Hot Dogs.
Three-point shot missed by Bibbins. Here's Red Trees. Smith defensively just committing himself a little too soon several times. Here's Smith. Trees and Smith playing catch. 20-point lead for the Wildcats. Red Trees, as the Wildcats stay in the zone. 1:45 to go. Third quarter, 48-28 Kokomo, as Watson checks back in, replacing Bibbins for Kokomo. Smith. Trees. O'Brien for three. No good. He hasn't shot too many two-point attempts. Eisenhower battles and gets the rebound. Ian Bowling scrambling for it.
Oh, Donnie getting a little upset there. And that's, well, you know, you can't fault Frankfort for hustling. I mean, most teams, as I mentioned earlier, might get dejected and a little apathetic at Frankfort. And much to Marty Eckelbarter's pleasure, as he clapped and Scout Woods the third from the sideline, they haven't given up. They're still fighting very hard and playing well, much better in the third quarter.
Justin Castle will inbound. He just checks into the game, number 21. And the shot is no good by Coomer. But a whistle and a foul on the play.
Well, Smalley hammered him that time inside. Smalley, a 6'5" junior.
Okay, so Rob Coomer, a 6'3" junior, who really hasn't played until tonight. Getting some time tonight. Those 2-2. Chris Pickrell back in the ballgame, replacing Greg Smith. Coomer makes the free throw. Tim Rail will check back in for the Cats. He replaces Pete Peck, who had a free throw.
Well, we mentioned Timmy's dad, Jim Rail, the all-time leading scorer for the Kokomo Wildcats of all time is James Deuce Liggins from 1962, a graduate of the 1962 Kokomo Wildcats. And of course, they won the state title with Big Deuce in the middle of 1961. What a great player he was, an all-star in the ABA.
Proud tradition here, Kokomo High School. Pleasure to be up here. Ryan Smalley holding the basketball. Tim Rail on the drive is called for traveling.
Well, third time he's gotten called tonight for that little extra step, the little shuffle step. And I'm sure his dad is grimacing in the crowd here somewhere, saying, come on, Jimmy, take 2 steps, not that third one. You're going to get called for it.
Smith trying to go through 2 men, and he walks with the basketball.
Well, I think that's another sophomore. Marty's getting his young kids some experience out here tonight. He is number 21, Justin Castle. Only a sophomore, so Marty's elected to go here in the second half with 3 sophomores in a lot of playing time.
Kokomo ball. Jason Watson.
I think that's Smalley again. I think he got caught underneath there.
Away from the basketball.
Big number 41. He looks like he likes to lift it up a little bit. Ryan's a big kid, 190 pounds on his 6'5" frame, only a junior. And he got caught there. He got a good look at him.
Statisticians tonight, Don Spall, Brian Martin, also getting some help from Dave Casey. There's Marty. Uncle Barger talking to Red Trees. Wayne Smith back in the ball game for Kokomo, replacing Ryan Smalley. So Chris Pickrell will be at the free throw line, a 6'1" senior. He misses.
Oh, boy.
Does Clark get up? He's called for traveling.
Boy, he can shine. So I mentioned that 1961 state championship for Kokomo. They won that 68-66 in overtime, Howard, over an Indianapolis Manual team with teachers Tom and Dick Van Arsdale. So 3 future pros in that game. Deuce Liggins, Tom Van Arsdale, and Dick Van Arsdale going for the Indiana state title in 1961.
Okay, bring back some memories. 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Here's Rhett Tree. Eisenhower, nice turnaround jumper.
Well, he's having a good quarter.
Yes, he is. He has 5 field goals, 4 free throws for 14, 6 of them in this period. Tim Rail. Jason Watson. Clark, they'll play for the last shot. 6 seconds.
Oh, got
Clark
caught up
committed
there.
himself. Missed. And that'll do it. That's the end of the third quarter here at Kokomo High School. And the score after 3. The Wildcats 48, the Hot Dogs 32. Fourth and final period in just a moment.
Kokomo Chrysler Plymouth given Chrysler's Award for Excellence, a 5-star service and body shop department dedicated to getting the job done right the first time. A full-line parts department selling genuine Mopar parts, a friendly and efficient office staff, a courteous and professional sales team to assist you in the purchase of any new or used vehicle with customer satisfaction being the ultimate goal. Hi, I'm Gary Robertson, and from all of us here at Kokomo Chrysler Plymouth, we'd like to wish you and your family a safe and happy holiday season.
Visit McClintock Quality Furniture today and see the beautiful handcrafted furniture by Smith Brothers of Bern. Until January 1st, you will get 35% off all special order and in-stock Smith Brothers furniture for 6-month interest-free contracts only. You can choose from 2,700 fabrics and sofa combinations, along with a distinctive collection of love seats and chairs.
At McClintock, we're making deals every day.
McClintock Quality Furniture at 910 North Washington Street in Kokomo.
Howard Kellman and Jim Kapsberg back at Kokomo High School, fourth and final period. Wildcats leading by 16. They led by 18 at the half and 14 at the quarter. The Wildcats have the ball. There it is. Your quarter-by-quarter score, 25-10, 37-19, 48-32. Dwayne Smith called for travel.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Howard, Kokomo is running dangerously close here to losing this lead, or a good portion of it. Frankfort has already cut 1/3 off of a 24-point lead that Kokomo had at one time, down to 16. So obviously Marty Eckelberger's young kid made a nice little comeback there in that third quarter. They have a chance to cut it even further here.
And the shot is missed by Pickle. Smith is stuffed. Jump ball, alternating possession.
Great defensive play that time, and you know, again, Frankfurt will retain on the alternating possession, and they have a chance to chop this down to 14 or 13, but they throw it away.
Dwayne Smith takes it. Here's Tim Rail on the drive. Good move by Tim. His first field goal tonight. 50-32 Kokomo. And the Cats pressing in the backcourt. Greg Smith is fouled.
You know, Basil's tightening the vice a little bit. He's well aware that his squad lost a good portion of that 24-point lead. He wants the kids to get fired up a little more, not take this Frankfort team lightly. You've got to play 33 minutes, whether you're ahead by 2 or you're ahead by 22. I think maybe the Kokomo kids had a little bit of a letdown there when they got that big lead.
Dwayne Smith commits his third personal. Greg Smith at the free throw line makes the free throw. His second free throw of the night. I beg your pardon. My mistake. It's Justin Castle at the free throw line. And he makes the second one. His first 2 points of the game.
Now the sophomores are playing well for Marty.
Kokomo ball. Watson. This is Etchison. Watson. Tim Rail to Clark. Hawked by Red Freeze. Tim Rail. And he's got it.
Boy, that's a very, very nice move by Timmy Rail. All in one motion. Showing his athletic ability. A steal away from by Clark. It's a good one.
Kevin Clark with a terrific play. 54-34 Kokomo. Justin Castle. Red Trees. Number 30 is Chris Pickrell. Here's Castle. No good. And the rebound taken by Etchison. Rail. 6 minutes to go in the game. Kokomo leading by 20.
Oh, nice jump off.
And the free man is caught. And the rebound taken by Chris Pickler. Here's Red Tree. Pickler. Justin Castle. Freeze for three. With a sophomore. He has 5 points. A 5'10" sophomore. Very, very intense.
Howard, I can't wait till next week. We've got a great one with Southport and Pike. See 3 Division I players in that ball game. Plus with Sal Thompson and Jason Williams for Pike. With Sal going to Indiana State and Williams headed for Notre Dame. Marlon Fleming for Southport. What an exquisite athlete he is. The Bo Jackson of Indiana High School basketball and football.
Okay, we look forward to that. Southport against Pike on the Channel 40 Game of the Week. Kokomo gets it back on the turnover. Tim Rail with the ball. Watson for 3. Third 3-point field goal of the ball game.
Now the Wildcats are back to their game now. They went through their little letdown period in the third quarter, and they're right back to playing the kind of basketball we're used to seeing them play.
And the ball taken off by Coomer. And now Watson's got it. Kokomo by 20. Watson fouled from behind. Justin Castle commits the personal, his first.
I mentioned Goose Wig, an all-time leading scorer for Kokomo, and Kokomo history. The all-time leading scorer for the Frankfort Hot Dogs is Gary Good, who, upon graduating in 1985, amassed 1,511 points on his way to a berth at the Indiana All-Star team.
Kokomo will keep the ball. Mondo Fowler inbound.
You know, both of these teams lost in the sectional last year, Howard, and both teams hosted their own sectional. The Kokomo Wildcats got just absolutely shocked by Western of Howard County, a team that we featured last week. And an early exit for Frankfort on their home floor in the Frankfort sectional as well. So both these teams would like to do better in March this year than they did 1 year ago.
Okay, Tim Rail is tied up and stripped of the ball by Chris Pickrell. Here's Justin Castle. Pickrell. And Castle. Red Tree. Chris Wheatley is checked back in, playing with 4 personal. 20-point Kokomo lead. 3:45 to go in the game. Pickrell for 3, no good. Johnny Boulding with the rebound. They push the ball up court. Timmy Rail with a baseline move. And a foul underneath. Red Freeze commits number 2.
Timmy's having a nice fourth quarter. He's really taking charge there. You saw him go with authority down the baseline there. Went very strong to the basket and was able to draw the foul. He's had some nice passes, some good rebounding. He's handled the ball well, left and right-handed. There's a good look at the son of a legend, the son of Jim Rail, Timmy Rail. Only 5 points, but he's played very well here in the fourth quarter.
Tim Rail's free throw is good.
You see Timmy, if he just goes right down the baseline there like a locomotive, I'm coming through. He gets hammered, goes to the free throw line, and connects on both his saucers.
59-37 Kokomo. And Rail may have committed the personal there. He didn't like the call either. Fourth personal. Red Freeze at the free throw line. Played well. He has 5 points. First appearance at the line. A 5'10" sophomore. 1 and 1 he misses. He gets the tap. Kokomo by 22. Again, the Wildcats have dominated all the way. And on the turnover, the Wildcats get it back. Alex Bivens. Bivens at the free throw line. Johnny Bowling. He had Lane. He gets out in time.
Good decision.
Etchison rebound. Blocked from behind by Wheatley. It won't count. Bradley.
Well, Etchison got rejected twice. The second time by Wheatley. Said, hey, we may be out of this ball game, but we're not going to have any of that in here tonight. Get it out of here.
Okay, the basketball goes over to Frankfort.
Sophomore into the lineup. B.J. Shellman, a 6-foot sophomore for the Kokomo Wildcats, wearing number 14.
And the long jumper is missed by Pickrell. Here's Tim Rail. Third field goal for Tim. He has 9 points, averaging 10 per game. Kokomo by 24, 61-37. 2:25 left in the game. Pickrell. Going all the way, and a whistle. Doug Etchison commits his second personal.
Let's back up to that 24-point spread the Wildcats once owned in the second quarter. That's got to make Basil happy to see the team come back after suffering a little letdown there in the third quarter.
Chris Pickrell at the free throw line, 1 and 1. 6'1" senior makes the free throw. First point of the night. Pete Corpetch is back in for Kokomo, replacing Tim Rail. Second free throw no good. Etchison has the rebound. And we'll see the Wildcats a few more times later this season.
Well, and I can guarantee you that Memorial Gymnasium will be rocking. It's pretty quiet right now, but there'll be some heated North Central Conference battles that we'll have later in the year, and this place will be loud.
Justin Castle with the basketball. Turnaround jump by Wheatley. Pretty shot. Banked home. Chris Wheatley's third field goal. He is averaging 19 per game, but only has 6 points tonight. And they have denied him the ball.
Well, his production is going further down. We mentioned that the first game 30 points, second game he had 23, third game he had 13, and fourth game he had 9 points tonight, just 6.
The jumper by Shellman, no good. Jump ball, alternating possession. Kokomo and Anderson, January 26th. Muncie Central at Kokomo, February 2nd. Kokomo at Newcastle, February 16th. So we'll see the Wildcats 3 more times. Fowler inside, and the ball fumbled out of bounds by Shellman.
Well, that's a sophomore mistake. Shellman wasn't ready for the pretty pass.
1:19 to go, 61-40 Kokomo. Here's Justin Castle. And a steal by Fowler, but it's taken back by Red Tree. 1:03 to go in the game. The ball batted out of bounds.
Marlon Fleming will be a treat next week, Howard. Just a physical specimen to end all physical specimens. What a power Marlon is. 6'4", 235 pounds. Just a tank. And a very gifted athlete despite that big size. He's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice shot by Wheatley. With 45 seconds to go, it's 61-42 Kokomo. And a foul on Justin Castle, his second. Pushing. 39 seconds remain in the game.
Kokomo hoping to make a return visit to the Anderson Regional this season after being beat last year in their own sectional. The Wildcats look primed to me to be labeled the favorites for their own sectional, which they host here, and then advance on to Anderson for the regionals.
Bivens misses seconds. It'll count if it goes. No good, and that's the end of the game. A game dominated by the Kokomo Wildcats. Your final score, Kokomo 61, Frankfort 42. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hard work deserves the pride of accomplishment. That's why your hard-earned savings deserves more than just safety. Now there's one bank that rewards substantial savings with a specially crafted combination of services and individual recognition that put you in a class by yourself. The Major Saver Account from America. Reward and recognition. Try it. Service you can bank on.
You want to know what a real Boilermaker is?
At Gotti Brothers Boiler Company, we have been selling, servicing, and repairing boilers since 1914 in the city of Kokomo and the surrounding area. We specialize in church, school, and industrial accounts. We also do certified welding, retubing, turbine cleaning, refractory installation, and repair. So when you need a real Boilermaker, call 317-459-4416.
Now, would you like to explain to me what a real Hoosier is?
Hello, I'm Rick Burgard, pastor of Word of Life Church here in the city of Kokomo. And this is my wife, Joyce. And we would like to invite you to come join us in one of our exciting services. Service times are 10 a.m. Sunday morning, 6:30 p.m. Sunday evening, and 7 p.m. on Thursdays. Our location is 935 South Goya Road at Markham Avenue. Come and experience Jesus afresh.
Driving with you into the future is Ray Rudd Buick Pontiac GMC truck in Frankfort. Ray Rudd is Central Indiana's best place for the best price, best service, and best selection. Courteous salespeople that you can trust have been the hallmark of Ray Rudd Buick Pontiac GMC truck for over 17 years. So for the best selection of new and used cars in a comfortable hometown setting, come and see Ray Rudd Buick Pontiac GMC truck. State Road 28 East, just across from Walmart in Frankfort. Hard work deserves the pride of accomplishment. That's why your hard-earned savings deserves more than just safety. Now there's one bank that rewards substantial savings with a specially crafted combination of services and individual recognition that put you in a class by yourself. The Major Saver Account from America. Reward and recognition. Try it. Service you can bank on.
This portion of today's game is being play physical therapy, specialists in orthopedics, sports, and neurological conditions, with 2 locations in Kokomo, at the Westbrook Center on South Berkeley Road, and at Dixon and Sycamore at Dixon Square.
Welcome back to Memorial Gymnasium in Kokomo, Indiana, where the Kokomo Wildcats have deflated the hot dogs at Frankfort High School, and I've got 2 young men who are quite instrumental in the Wildcats' victory here tonight. On my right, 2 6'1" seniors, Kevin Clark and Jason Watson. And Kevin, I've got to tell you, first of all, when I came in the gym tonight as we watched the game, I didn't remember you from last year on the JV or anything here at Kokomo. Then I found out that you played in Louisville last year. How do you like Indiana high school basketball?
Coming along pretty great, and Coach Marley's teaching us well. Everybody's doing a good job. And, everybody playing the game right, penetrating right, and let them do their job good.
Now, last year, what high school did you play for in Louisville?
Clark County.
Clark County High School. what's the difference between Indiana ball and basketball in the big city? You had some great teams last year and some good players in Louisville.
Right. Down here, they be running a transition game, and then down in Louisville, they be stopping, they just slow the motion down, and, you just can't get no fast breaks off of it and stuff.
Did you ever go head-to-head with Jason Morton from Louisville Central?
No, I didn't.
Did you play varsity last year?
Yeah.
Well, we were very impressed with your ball handling, your athletic ability, and I think you've got some real talent. Hopefully we'll see you playing ball at the college level. Do you think that's a possibility?
Yeah, hope so, yeah.
Okay. Well, you did a good job tonight with 12 points, and we're glad that you came with us here in the postgame. Best of luck the rest of the season to you. Okay, and Jason Watson, Kevin had 12 points, you had 17, and I thought, particularly in the first half, you just played a great game. You hustled, you drove to the basket, you hit the outside shot, you caused some problems defensively. Were you pleased with your overall play tonight?
Well, yeah, we've been working hard in practice. We had a tough loss at Marion last week, and we came out this week really wanting to work hard and do the things that we know we can do to win the game. And I feel that, the first period was crucial in putting the game out of their reach, and then from then on, keeping that pressure on and being able to try a good win.
Well, obviously, anytime you get a victory, it's good against Frankfort, a long-time rival. I know some of the old-timers here in the stands have got to be happy about that. But you really took it to them and blew them away.
Well, like I said, it was important for us to get a good start at the beginning of the game to kill the momentum that they had coming in our gym. If we feel that we should never lose a game in this gym, this is our place, and teams shouldn't come in here and give us a hassle. We feel if we show them that this is our place and that this is our gym and we're going to win here at the beginning of the game, then it's much easier at the end.
Only a guy with a Raider hat could make such a stellar observation. You follow the right football team, too.
Thanks. We're tough, and we kind of know our practices and playing style aggressively towards that.
Just win, baby, win. Well, that's it with Jason Watson. We appreciate both kids being on our postgame, and we'll be back with Coach Basil Malby right after this short timeout.
What a real Boilermaker is?
At Gowdy Brothers Boiler Company, we have been selling, servicing, and repairing boilers since 1914 in the city of Kokomo and the surrounding area. We specialize in church, school, and industrial accounts. We also do certified welding, retubing, turbine cleaning, refractory installation, and repair. So when you need a real Boilermaker, call 317-459-4416.
Now, would you like to explain to me what a real Hoosier is? Nobody will sell you under Jewish Gold or Pontiac for less money than Dave needs. Nobody. Old Dave needs the money. That's why we take the time to help each customer buy a car at the best price. At Dave Mason's, you save money. You're happy. Having happy, satisfied customers is why those who shop at Dave Mason Jewish Gold Pontiac buy at Dave Mason Jewish Gold Pontiac.
Welcome back to Memorial Gymnasium in Kokomo, Indiana, where Basil Malby is with us here for the postgame. And, Coach, it wasn't a Rembrandt, but it was a W. What did you glean from this ball game tonight?
Well, we were real happy with our start. I thought we played very well the first 12 minutes. I think we went ahead 33-13 at that time, and we forced a lot of turnovers. Our kids are taking the basket well and getting the shot that we're looking for, and just played very well. We tried to play a lot of people tonight, and that was a big key for us. We played 10 people in the first half, and that's something we need to work on is our depth right now. We've lost Matt Gaddy for a little while, and without him, we need to get another post player ready, so we got Ryan Smalley some valuable time tonight. Pete Cortez is a player who hasn't played a lot for us. He got in early and did a nice job defensively, and Rick Bivens hasn't got a lot of time. So those three players gave us that 8th, 9th, and 10th man, and we used them early, and I thought they came in and did an excellent job, especially their hustle and the overall team effort.
How do you look at the North Central Conference race here? We're in the middle of December. You haven't really started into the meat and potatoes of the schedule in North Central Conference, but it looks to be awfully
tough to call this year. I think it's going to be awfully balanced. You know, I think returning starter-wise, Richmond and Muncie Central had the most returning starters, and they played very well. I think they had a very good game against each other. It went down to the wire. So they look like the ones that had the most returning player. I was impressed with Marion last week. They played very well together, and had great leadership out of Freshwater and McPherson. McPherson, the first-team All-State quarterback, really stepped to the front against us and hit a three with less than a minute, and also made a steal with about 18 seconds. That were two key plays. So he is a leader and a very good player. I saw Logansport the other night, and they played very well, I think, against Muncie Central, and then they came back and had kind of a down game and against Peru this week, but they beat Frankfort about 15, so they can be a team to reckon with. Obviously, Lafayette's playing very well right now. They beat Harrison this week on Tuesday, and played Anderson very close. I think it was tied after 3, and Anderson finally wore him down. So you talk back to it, the Newcastle's the Anderson. Anderson may be the team that has the highest ranking in the state right now. So all 8 of them, you can't relax in any one of those games.
I can't wait to see the Richmond-Kokomo game. George Griffin is running a little while on Marymount, and you're known for some low scores in the 40s. That should be an interesting affair, to say the least.
Well, you know, I'm sure he'll come out and, come up and down with us. I think last year when we beat him down there, it was like 48 to 33 or something, So he has changed his style and come out really after people this year and going with that full-court pressure, offense and defense, and something we're going to have to, we press probably as much or more than they do, and so it'll be a game probably we play at all 84 feet.
Well, Coach, we'll be seeing you many more times during the course of the season, and for your sake, we hope that the result is as good as it was tonight, a victory, and best of luck to you the rest of the way.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it, and I think it's a game, they saw a lot of good hard play from both teams.
Absolutely, and we hope you enjoyed it. We're going to be back with some final words to look at the statistics from Howard right after this short break.
Driving with you into the future is Ray Rod Buick Pontiac GMC truck in Frankfort. Ray Rod is Central Indiana's best place for the best price, best service, and best selection. Courteous salespeople that you can trust have been the hallmark of Ray Rod Buick Pontiac GMC truck for over 17 years. So for the best selection of new and used cars in a comfortable hometown setting, come and see Ray Rod Buick Pontiac GMC truck. State Road 28 East, just across from Walmart in Frankfort. Ray Rod Buick Pontiac driving with you into the future.
Having limited my practice for the last 15 years to the treatment of TMJ dysfunction, I am not surprised at the number of patients who have frequent headaches and chronic neck pain. Call for a consultation today. It doesn't hurt to call, and possible relief is that close.
There are only 2 dentist offices in Indianapolis, south at Madison Avenue and South 11, and west at 4200 North Lafayette Road, across from Value City Furniture and the Pier 1 Shopping Center. Look in your new Yellow Pages book for quality family dentistry and specialists.
In today's crazy world of investments, one investment seems to be getting stronger and stronger. The world of baseball card collecting. At Kokomo Comics and Baseball Card Shop, you'll flip over the large selection of cards, including new 1997 Score, Donruss, Upper Deck, Clear, and Top. We also have Hoops basketball cards, Pro Set football cards, and hockey cards. Get all the accessories and supplies to protect your cards. Buy and sell old cards. Kokomo Comics is hooked into a national computer to help you find cards. So if you want to have fun and make a good investment, stop by Kokomo Comics and Baseball Card Shop.
Burgard, pastor of Word of Life Church here in the city of Kokomo. I would like to extend to you a warm invitation to come join us in one of our exciting services. Service times are 10 a.m. Sunday morning, 6:30 p.m. Sunday evening, and 7 p.m. on Thursdays. Our location is 935 South Goyer Road at Markham Avenue. Come and experience Jesus afresh.
There you see the final score. The Kokomo Wildcats 61, the Frankfort Hot Dogs 42. We look at the statistics. The score again, 61-42 field goals. The Hot Dogs 14 of 31. The Wildcats 21 of 39. 3-point shots, 0 for 15 for the Hot Dogs. 3 of 12 for the Wildcats. Free throws, 11 of 20. The Hot Dogs, 10 of 19. The Wildcats. Turnovers, 17 by the Hot Dogs, 21 by the Wildcats. And the rebounds, 30 for the Hot Dogs, 33 for the Wildcats. High scorers for Frankfort, Eisenhower with 14, Wheatley with 8. For Kokomo, Watson 14 and Boulding 13. Next week will be in Indianapolis. It'll be Southport against Indianapolis Pike next Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Once again, the final score, Kokomo 61, Frankfort 42. A special thanks to Terry Downham for his pregame press notes. For Jim Casper, I'm Howard Kelman. Goodbye, everybody.
Son